Bitcoin, we start with 1 hour chart. We want to see how we can analyze the chart and how we can look for trade. First of all, if we refer to our analysis, we mentioned about the different possibility, and we mentioned if the since the price was within this move, if the price drop, we can expect how deep the price can go. Okay. Anyway, we want to see right now whether this is the only correction and we can expect full continuation, or we can expect the price give us at least three wave the structure. For sure, if the correction become more complex here, the next move can give us better confirmation for the continuation. Okay. Now, first we start with higher time frame. We start with a daily chart. We mentioned in our analysis, we have been looking for the flat and we have been looking for the buy. This is what we get. Right now, the only things we wanted, as I explained in my last analysis, we want to see the breakout of this correction. And we can expect to be within this correction for quite a long time. That's why any trade within the correction, as long as the price haven't broke either the top or low, we consider as a short-term trade. We should have the proper management. If it's not moving in our direction, we just stick with the trade. This is what I highlighted, okay? Because we cannot confirm this is the start of the up move or not. All right. Technically, when we see this kind of the correction, the best things is if the price can break the lowest price with the confirmation, then from there we look for reversal. Anyway, because of different reasons, we cannot confirm which direction the price can go, either up or down. But the only thing is how we can look for trade. Okay. And the reason is we try to get the trade within the correction. Then if it's moving our direction, it's good. If not, we just stick with the trade. All right. And if I move to forward chart, first things, if we refer to our analysis, we have been looking for this flat as a three wave structure, and we have been looking for buy. This is what we get. And I explained that if this one turns to a deeper correction, any continuation, it can give us better confirmation that the price can break the previous stop. Okay, because we have been looking for this one as an internal flat in relative to the first and the last move. And even we mentioned we can expect this one turn to a deeper correction. Okay, that's why if we want to buy from here, we need to be quite careful. If the price is not all moving in our direction, we can expect to get one more drop. That means we will at that times we will put these three waves as an internal in relative to this two, and the last one can be relative to the first, which then if the price drop easily, mostly the price can retest the previous low. Okay, ideally we cannot confirm with that. That's why we put our line like this. We mentioned we can expect the price to uh, move within this line as a even in as a channel. All right. Anyway, we don't need to go to the details how we can, because whatever we just talking is our prediction. Okay. And right now for me, I'm looking for this correction. If I get any trade setup for buying from here, I will take it, and I want to see the breakout of the previous stop, which is 39 around 39566 around 39500. Okay. We want to see the breakout of this. Then for sure the following uh, I mean, the next one is around 41K. Okay. By the way, as I mentioned, based on daily chart, we need to see the breakout of this correction before we take the trade for long term. All right. It doesn't mean we have to wait for the price to break the top. Then from there we look for trade. Maybe we don't. Maybe we cannot get a really good trade setup. That's why we try to get the trade within this correction. For example, we can look for buy from here. If it move in our direction, just keep it. If not, just take out. At least we know how to manage it. Okay. For sure, technically, if we want to look for buy, the best was to buy from here. Even we had the opportunity to look for buy if we refer to our analysis. Okay. We had the signals for buy. But it doesn't mean we cannot buy from here, but we need to be quite careful, because if the price cannot continue, we can get the price can easily drop. All right. Then how we can look for trade if I move to 1 hour chart. All right. First of all, if we put our line exactly here, which is around 39500, just make it exact value, we need to see breakout of the line. All right. Now, for me to look for buy, if this is the only correction and this is the start of the up move, the only way to look for buy, we put our entry above the top. All right. If I change the line, This is the only way we can look for buy. And what we want, if we want to put our entry above the top, we need to see the continuation in case the price sharply continue from here, not as a corrective move. If the price continue as a corrective move, we are not going to keep our entry above the top. And right now, if we want to see the continuation, that means if the price sharply break and continue. And if the price tag, every time simulation within the first or maximum second hours, we take out the trade. If it doesn't move in our direction, that means we want the price tag, break and continue, then we just move our stop loss to break even. We need to see whether the price can break the next level or not. Okay. As I mentioned, we don't want to buy at almost top of the correction based on daily chart. Okay. And this is how we're going to look for trade. But we need to know it's very risky because right now, if you look at this, I mean, if this is the start of the up move, our consideration is this is the only correction for this move. Or we can look for the expanding flat, which is not really a good idea. But in case the price sharply continue from here, we can put our entry above the top. Okay, but for sure the best thing is, as I mentioned, if this one turn to a deeper correction, that means if we get one more drop, at least we see the three wave structure flat. Then from there we can refer to the indicators. If the price drop, then any reversal from there we can look for buy and we can look for trade setup, because within this move we didn't get any trade setup. Anyway, it doesn't mean if the price drop any reversal confirm we can look for trade setup, but mostly we can get. All right, and now, as I mentioned, we don't have any trade setup. The best things if this one turn to deeper correction, that means at least three waves. And if the price sharply continue from here, the only way to put our entry above the top. Rather than that, we don't have any other option. If anyone is going to buy within this move video, the confirmation is up to them. All right, because we don't see any confirmation for continuation. And what we're doing, we're trying to buy within the correction. We're trying to look for the trade setup. We get the trade. If it's moved in our direction, we keep the trade and move our stop loss to break even. If not, we just take with the trade. And I'm not going to suggest to put our entry above the top. The reason is, if we move to lower time frame, we can see easily the price tag and drop. It doesn't mean the price cannot tag. Even there is a possibility the price tag the top and drop. Okay, but the best things is if we put at the top rather than putting here. That's why I mentioned if we price tag, we want to see the sharp move. With the sharp move, the price break and continue. If the price tag we see is not moving within the 2 hours, we take out the trade. And even if the price continues as a corrective, similar to what we have here, we are not going to keep our entry above that. We just take out it. All right. And how about if I move to forward chart? How high it can go? We don't need to, because if we want to see how, if we get a trade from this correction, just we'll put our fib here 27 or 61%, we can get the next level. But right now, since we didn't get the trade, we don't need to look for that. The only thing is I'm looking for the breakout of the previous top, which is 39,500, and the another one is around 41k. Okay, the only thing is we want to see whether we can get the trade from here or not. We need to see the continuation as a sharp move. If not, we need to be quite careful, because it doesn't give us a confirmation for continuation. We don't need to buy as and hope it's going to the moon. It's not going anywhere. We need to get the trade set up. That's why the only way is right now we put our entry above the top, and even uh, there is a possibility after the price tag we see the divergence based on the indicators. We need to be quite careful. And besides that, we don't have anything else to discuss. In this case, we just follow the chart. Mostly when we see this kind of the move, we need to see the breakout of the bigger correction. The bigger structure, as we discussed based on forward chart. But what I'm expecting, we're expecting to get a sharp move, either up or down for the breakout. All right. But any trade within this correction, we consider as a short term. If we get the trade is not moving in our direction, we take out the trade. We don't hope for the continuation in our direction. All right, because mostly we cannot get the confirmation for the price, and we don't have any confirmation either the price can go up or down. That's why we try to trade it, and mostly we're looking for buy. And as I mentioned, if we move toward in our direction, is good. If not, we just take out the trade. And the best things was, because if we refer to our analysis, I mentioned if I want to look for buy since the price was within this move. I mentioned I prefer the price drop, then reversal, we look for buy. And exactly we have the trade setup from here. This is the best best price we could look for. Best zone, or better because the price we could look for buy. And right now we're looking at this. And again, for me, I prefer my preference is it give us one more drop. We see the flat and deeper correction. From there, we buy for. We look for buy rather than having entry above the top. For those traders, they cannot take the risk, or they don't have the proper management. They should know how risky is that having entry above the top, because simply the price can tag and drop. But if they are going to look for trade by having entry above the top, first things they should know, we're looking for the price to break as a sharp move, not the corrective move. If the price continues a corrective move similar to what we have here, we are not going to keep, or we are not going to have entry above the top. And second things, if the price tag we see is not moving in our direction within the first or maximum second hours, we take out the trade. If it move in our direction, we just move it a stop loss to break even and let it go. Anyway, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.